For decades, one aircraft carried the quiet burden of American air dominance, slipping through defended skies like a shadow that could not be touched. But behind closed hangar doors in facilities where even whispers are controlled, something new was taking shape. A bomber not just designed to survive modern warfare, but to define it. The B-21 Raider was not built for yesterday's conflicts. It was built for a world where satellites watch every movement, where radar systems think faster than humans, where cyber warfare moves at the speed of light, and where the margin for error is measured in seconds. This aircraft was born from a simple but terrifying question. What happens when stealth is no longer enough? As global powers invested billions into next-generation air defense systems, anti-access denial networks, and artificial intelligence-driven tracking systems, military planners in the United States faced an uncomfortable reality. The battlefield of the future would be saturated with sensors. Infrared tracking, over-the-horizon radar, space-based surveillance, hypersonic interceptors. In such an environment, speed alone could not guarantee survival. Altitude alone meant nothing. Even traditional stealth would eventually face limits. The answer would require something more advanced, more adaptable, and more integrated into a digital battlefield than anything that had ever flown before. The B-21 Raider was conceived not merely as a bomber but as a system. From the beginning, it was designed to operate as part of a networked force, seamlessly connected to satellites, drones, naval assets, cyber operations, and space-based intelligence. Unlike previous bombers that were upgraded over time, the B-21 was engineered from the ground up to evolve. Its architecture allows rapid software updates. Its systems were built to integrate weapons that do not yet exist. It is, in many ways, less an aircraft and more a flying node in a global combat web. And that may be its most dangerous feature. When it was finally revealed to the public, the presentation was carefully controlled. Dramatic lighting. A silhouette emerging from darkness. The message was deliberate. This was the next chapter. Analysts immediately began comparing it to the B-2 Spirit, searching for visual differences, subtle design changes, hints of capability hidden in its smooth lines. But what could not be seen was far more important than what could. Materials engineered to reduce not only radar reflection but thermal signature. Advanced electronic warfare systems capable of confusing enemy sensors before they even register a threat. Autonomous capabilities designed to assist pilots in managing battles that move too quickly for human reaction alone. In a potential conflict across the Pacific, distance becomes one of the greatest obstacles. Vast stretches of ocean separate launch points from targets. Adversaries have constructed layered defensive shields across island chains, equipped with long-range missile systems intended to deny access to American forces. In such a scenario, the B-21 is not simply an attacker. It becomes the key that unlocks the door. Capable of launching from the continental United States, refueling midair and penetrating contested airspace, it ensures that no sanctuary remains truly safe. That message alone reshapes strategic calculations. But power is not only about offense. It is about deterrence. The knowledge that an aircraft exists which can bypass advanced defenses, deliver precision or strategic payloads, and disappear before retaliation can occur forces adversaries to reconsider aggression. Deterrence works best when uncertainty lingers. How many are operational? What exact capabilities do they carry? How advanced are their electronic warfare suites? The less certain the answer, the stronger the deterrent effect. The B-21 thrives in that ambiguity. Technology, however, is only part of the story. Behind the aircraft stands an industrial and logistical effort spanning decades. Engineers pushing materials science to its limits. Cybersecurity teams protecting design secrets from digital espionage. Maintenance crews trained to preserve stealth coatings at microscopic levels. Pilots selected not only for skill but for the ability to manage missions that may stretch across half the globe. Every flight represents the combined effort of thousands who will never be publicly recognized. Critics often focus on cost. Billions allocated to a single platform in an era where drones and missiles grow cheaper every year. But the calculus of strategic bombing has never been about affordability alone. It is about survivability, flexibility, and the ability to adapt mid-mission. A missile cannot be recalled once launched. A bomber can change course. It can verify targets. It can respond to new intelligence. It can show presence without firing a shot. In the complex chessboard of modern geopolitics, that flexibility becomes invaluable. There is also the question of manned versus unmanned warfare. As autonomous systems grow more capable, some predict the end of human pilots in high-risk environments. Yet the B-21 suggests a different path. Instead of removing humans entirely, it integrates advanced automation to enhance decision-making while retaining human judgment at the center. In conflicts where miscalculation could escalate into catastrophe, that balance may prove critical. The future battlefield will not resemble the skies over Europe in the 1940s or even the Middle East in the early 2000s. It will be multi-domain, contested, and relentlessly monitored. Space assets may be targeted. Communications may be jammed. Cyber attacks may attempt to blind command networks. In that chaos, resilience becomes everything. The B-21 was built with that reality in mind, hardened against electronic disruption, capable of operating in degraded environments, prepared for conflicts that strategists hope will never occur. As more units enter service, the strategic equation shifts quietly but profoundly. Allies gain reassurance. Adversaries face new uncertainty. Defense analysts debate its classified capabilities, while policymakers integrate it into long-term deterrence frameworks. Yet for all the speculation, the true measure of its impact may lie in missions that never happen. Conflicts avoided because the cost of confrontation becomes too high. In the end, the B-21 Raider represents more than the next bomber in a lineage that stretches back to the dawn of strategic air power. It represents an evolution in how wars are prevented as much as how they are fought. It stands at the intersection of stealth, digital warfare, artificial intelligence, and global reach. And while much about it remains classified, one fact is unmistakable. It was designed for a world where threats evolve rapidly and where supremacy in the air remains a cornerstone of national security. As the aircraft lifts off under the cover of night, disappearing into darkness without spectacle or sound, it carries with it the weight of deterrence in an uncertain century. Not as a relic of past conflicts, but as a warning to the future. Because in modern warfare, the most powerful weapon is not the one that is seen. It is the one that forces hesitation. The one that cannot be easily tracked. The one that ensures that even in an age of advanced sensors and rising rivalries, the sky is never fully closed. And that is the quiet promise of the B-21 Raider. Not dominance through noise or display, but dominance through presence. A reminder that while technology evolves and alliances shift, the shadow in the sky remains one of the most powerful signals a nation can send.